Okay, you're on speaker.
Okay.
And the meeting is being recorded. Um, okay, good morning. It's 9 o'clock on July 29th. I will call the meeting to order. We have the agenda with one addition to the agenda. We had an application for a fireworks permit submitted that I would like to add to the agenda.
Approve the agenda as is with the addition.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the agenda with the addition of a fireworks permit application. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carried. Betty, if you would read the minutes of the July 22nd meeting, please.
July 22nd, 2024, Chairman Hoggle called the regular meeting of the Wright County Board of Supervisors to order at 9 a.m. Members present were Cluse, Rasmussen, and Hoggle. Motion by Rasmussen, second by Cluse to approve the tentative agenda. Motion carries. Minutes of the previous regular meeting of July 15th, 2024 were read and approved. Approved claims for payment. In open forum, Tony Nicholas, Wright County Assessor, informed the board that she has appointed Heather Chambers as the Chief Deputy Assessor. Motion by Rasmussen, seconded by Cluse to receive the quarterly revenue report from the Wright County Auditor. Motion carries. Motion by Rasmussen, seconded by Cluse to receive the quarterly revenue report from the Wright County Recorder. Motion carries. Adam Clemens, Wright County Engineer, presented the final payment for FM CO 99 parentheses 102-55-99 on a project completed last year on C70 and R75. The estimated cost was $750,000 for the project, and the total cost for the project was $625,815.10. Motion by Cluse, seconded by Rasmussen to approve the final payment for FM CO 99 parentheses 102-55-99. Motion carries. Clemens then gave it an update on the secondary roads. There were 7 work orders completed last week. Blade operators were out blading their entire routes and out repairing the roads that had water over them. Trucks continue to haul the scheduled gravel with 54 of the 122 segments completed. Clemens wanted to give a reminder that Highway 69 north of the feed mill is closed for culvert repair for 4 to 6 weeks. The detour for the closure will take you through Galt. Dane Pate with Supplemental Insurance Services presented a group term life and accidental death and dismemberment quote through MetLife for Wright County employees. Currently, the county has a term life policy for full-time employees through EMC, which will end August 1st. An additional supplemental policy can be purchased by the employees for the dependents. The MetLife plan does not have an age reduction on the supplemental life and will take over those that currently have the supplemental life with no health questions asked. The cost for the MetLife basic life insurance policy for $50,000 will cost $11.05 per month for full-time employees. This rate will be good for just under 2 years. Bob Powers with Paradigm Benefits presented life insurance quotes for 3 companies that were competitive. Of the 3 companies, Hartford stood out to be the best. However, there is an age reduction for both the basic life insurance and supplemental insurance options. Hartford will take over those that currently have the supplemental life with no health questions asked. The cost for Hartford basic life insurance policy for $50,000 will cost $9.50 per month for full-time employees. This rate will be good for 3 years. The board will hold a special meeting on Wednesday, July 24th, with additional information provided from both quotes. Cluse gave the board an update on the county farm waterways and a potential project through the NRCS that may need to be done to the waterways. Cluse mentioned the new law effective July 1st, dissolving the county compensation boards. It will be up to the county if they would like to keep the compensation boards that set the salaries for county elected officials. If the board decides to keep the compensation board, there will need to be a resolution put in place to do so. This will be discussed after the ISAC conference in August. Motion by Rasmussen, seconded by Cluse to adjourn the meeting. Motion carries.
Any additions or corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, they'll stand approved. Betty, if you'd read the July 24th special meeting minutes.
Chairman Pro Tem Cluse called the special meeting of the Wright County Board of Supervisors to order at 9:30 a.m. Members present were Rasmussen and Cluse, with Helgebold present via Zoom, present via telephone. Motion by Rasmussen, seconded by Helgebold to approve the tentative agenda. Motion carries. The supervisors reviewed the MetLife and Hartford life insurance quotes that were presented on Monday. Both Dane Pate via phone and Bob Howard present were available to answer additional questions that the board had. After discussion, there was a motion by Rasmussen, second by Hugable, to proceed with Hartford life insurance with $50,000 basic life coverage at $9.50 per month, effective August 1st for full-time employees. Motion carries unanimously. Motion by Hugable, second by Rasmussen to adjourn the meeting. Motion carries.
Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, Bill, stand approval is read. Another person.
Carl needs to write.
Oh, Carl. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Claims have been around and signed. Open forum for public input. Anyone online like to address the board? Okay. Hearing none, received a quarterly revenue report from the Wright County Veterans Affairs.
No revenue,
Pardon me?
no
No,
revenue,
right.
just my quarterly report.
Very good.
Very sweet and simple.
I like sweet and simple.
I did not spend any county dollars on any assistance, which I haven't done that in quite a few years. But I do get $10,000 from the state that is to be used for administrative purposes, including outreach and advertising. I did get that spent by July 1, and so I sent the report in, and I should receive the next $10,000 in August. The VA mobile medical van was at my coffee in June. It was very nice. And after it was a successful day, they asked if they could come back every other month for the next year.
Great.
So they will be back. The plan is to park them right in front of the building so that their overhang meets the building overhang, so the veterans can be under there and not get wet.
Great.
Or snow, whatever it is.
Right.
But the dates are all listed on there. The next date upcoming is August 9th.
Okay.
And they make all the appointments. I don't do anything with that, but, if the veterans wanna walk in the building once we're open again, they can do that, but. That's all I've got.
Very good. Thank you very much for your work and, you know, we used to spend dollars for paid out county assistance
I've
and,
got the book.
yeah. and-
Holy moly.
And since you've, become accredited and been able to work through the federal programs that are available, we don't have to spend that anymore.
No.
So,
No, there's a lot of federal dollars and other entities out there to use, but
Yeah.
that comes with the required education, knowing all that too.
You've done an awesome job and you still help other counties out too, don't you?
Yes, I do. This is gonna be my last turn at that.
and I saw your picture in the, I think it was in the ISAC,
Lucas wrote that article.
magazine. Yeah, that was a very good article.
Yes, it was, and yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave me a heads up about 10 minutes before everybody received it. Like at the post office said, yeah, it went in the recycle, sorry, and I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, that's the one I really wanted, but I did get it.
Make a motion to approve the quarterly revenue report from Wright County Veterans
It's
Affairs.
not a revenue.
Or
I have a motion and a second to receive the quarterly report from the Wright County Veterans Affairs. All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
Motion carried, yes.
How are things going over there at the building?
Plugging away.
Construction going? Have they given any inclination of,
They're waiting on the generator.
Yeah,
That's their big hold up.
Gotta have that so that the vaccines can be
Yeah.
protected.
Cause for pretty much other than a few piddly
yeah,
things
painting
inside.
and
Yeah.
baseboard and some other
Small stuff.
things and, yeah.
Okay, item number 7, discuss and take action on county farm waterway. I wanted to bring to the attention of the board, as I had said, last week, that, Kevin Burris and myself met with, NRCS, 2 weeks ago now. And, to discuss if we were eligible for any kind of payments or programs, to put in the waterways. There would be a a delay until 2025 before we would be able to do any of the work. If we applied for that program, that money wouldn't come to the county because the county can't receive the money. It would go to the tenant for any kind of programs like that. But this is, it's on the county farm, which sits southeast of the city of Clarion, just south of the Wright County Transfer Station. I got a quote from Ryan Mosdam to reshape the waterways, the two existing waterways on the east side of the property. And we would extend those waterways down to where essentially there's no fall. And I received a quote of $1,500 per waterway. There's an additional waterway that we discussed coming off of the top of the old landfill, which there's quite a bit of elevation change there, and some erosion that's happening. So proposing doing 3 of those. I spoke with Ryan Mosdam this morning. The soonest that they would be able to get in there and start work would be mid-August. And I also talked to the tenant, Kevin Burris, and his feeling was if we're gonna wait until mid-August to start it, that we should just wait and get the crop out and then do it after the crop is out. So I guess what I'm looking for is approval to reshape a minimum of 3 waterways. One on the south side of the old landfill, and then 2 of the existing waterways on that on the east side of the property. There is some issues that's been brought to my attention by Eric concerning the west side of the creek. But I'm not proposing doing anything over there right now.
What is the cost share if they would wait till 2025 with the NRCS? Cause their engineer would then design it, right? And
Right,
then,
we would not incur any engineering costs with this. We would just hire Mosdam to go out and reshape the waterways. But yes, they would engineer it, which there isn't a lot of engineering, I don't think, that goes into putting in a waterway or reshaping an existing waterway. But I don't remember what the cost share was. I don't remember if it was like 50% or what.
It's usually 50%.
Is it? I don't
and
recall.
they do like to have anywhere from 60 to 80 feet wide also. Is that, it's,
Yeah,
they,
we intend to make them wide enough. It receives a lot of water from the opposite side of the road that's into this drainage area. And both of those waterways are cut on the outside currently. So when we get the heavy rains that we've seen the last couple of times, you can drive past there and the waterways aren't working. So I'm looking for approval to spend no more than $5,000 to reshape those 3 waterways.
I'd make a motion,
I have
second it.
a motion and a second to authorize the reshaping of up to 3 waterways at a cost of no more than $5,000. Again, the bid was for $1,500 per waterway. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
did you by chance get able to talk to Ryan
I
Mosdam?
did, and he's got
On
the
the
drawing
maps.
down.
Okay, thank you.
Item number 7A, I guess I'll call it, is a fireworks permit for the property, which is at Lake Cornelia, 1962 Sandy Beach Road on August 3rd with a rain date of August 4th.
It's a family reunion.
Plan review.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the fireworks permit, for Steve Becker on the, Ken Umpham property. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, meetings.
I had central outage detention. Things are going well.
Carl, any meetings?
No meeting for me. How's everything going that, yeah, I saw the agenda on that. Rick, is it going smooth?
Yes and no. It's, we're sort of not fighting, but yes, with the executive board. Yeah, it's sort of a battle. I'll fill you in later on it.
Did you have an executive director that was leaving, or that was?
No,
Okay.
no, absolutely not.
Okay.
He's, it's just, yeah, it's sort of it's not a mess, but yet it is a mess. I mean, it's,
Personality conflict.
yes, I think that's more of it than anything. How do I want to state it? Basically, it should be an hour and a half meeting, and the last 2 to 3 meetings have been 4 to 5 hours long.
Wow.
To the point where, you know how angry I can get. But anyhow, we're getting it resolved.
Yeah, I had Midas meeting on Wednesday. I am a member of a committee that was formed to take a look at the scheduling of Midas. We have been unable to employ the full contingent of planners. Therefore, projects get pushed back and back. So somebody wants to do you name the project, a comprehensive county comprehensive plan, where that should take, it definitely shouldn't take 2 years to complete. A year would be by the time you have all the meetings and you get the input from the public. If you had the planners available, it should take approximately a year to complete that, or something less than that. And so we're trying to look at how Midas can provide the service to those counties that are members. And yet that Midas cannot just take on new projects and have a project that takes 4 years. I mean, it's better to tell a county, no, we can't do this in the time period that you need it. And the thing that brought this to light was
Humboldt County
Humboldt County's emergency
response plan.
response plan, and then the flooding that took place, and the response plan was not, it had been started, but it was not completed. So that potentially could impact federal dollars that a county could receive. And so we're looking at ways to make Midas run smoother, or at least so that the counties that are members that depend on Midas for those products, to be able to plan early enough that if because of staffing, it's going to take a longer period of time, the county knows that going into it.
That's been a battle for years, Dean. I'm glad you're on it, because it's the revolving door with planners.
Yeah.
Have you thought about have Midas contracting with another company, a private firm? And assign them to do it, since you can't hire the staff yourself, is to contract so that it's still going through Midas, but you're contracting with an outside firm to complete the project.
Yeah, I don't know how that would be affected by, because Midas operates a lot on federal funding. And so I'm not sure how that would impact that.
Plus the other variable is the private firms cost substantially more than what Midas charges.
Mhm.
which,
That's been my experience.
which would need to be passed on to the counties.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
Midas is just, for lack of a better term, a pass through.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
As soon as those planners get a little experience, they're off to a better job.
Yes, indeed. Okay, and then I also had a CFR meeting on Thursday. Um, and that's continues to plug along. I've got another meeting, this Thursday. I serve on the executive board. And I've got another meeting this Thursday, just for the executive board only. So anything else to be brought before the board? Hearing none, I would accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there, I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Thanks, Carl, for calling in.